I've been depressed, and because I've been depressed, I've been super unmotivated to make content, which makes me more depressed, and I get in this loop of wanting to relax and give myself a break and getting sad that I'm not making content, and it just steamrolls me into an unmotivated, sad blob just waiting for something to pull me out of my rut. I think everyone has something that they can watch or listen to or do that will help get them in a better mood, and for me, one of those things is Fooly Cooly. Fooly Cooly is one of my favorite anime of all time. Anime has always been one of those things that has the potential to get me out of a depressive slump. Fooly Cooly specifically has done this for me numerous times in the past, and it's not just because the writing is wild and the animation is amazing and the style is super cool, but because the music makes me feel some type of way. I'm not one of those people that try and find deep meaning in music and lyrics. Put up in the crib, sippin' Dr. Perky, Dr. Perky. Put up in the crib, eatin' okie dokie, okie dokie. Put up in the crib, sippin' Dr. Bob, Dr. Bob. Put up in the crib, eatin' cat, cat, cat. Yes, lyricism at its finest. But I definitely have a few songs that just make me feel something. The Fooly Cooly soundtrack is composed of choice tracks by The Pillows. I listen to The Pillows and I remember how Fooly Cooly makes me feel, how influenced I am by the art style and the creative direction of the show, and it makes me want to create something. The right music can motivate me like nothing else.
Guitaroo Man.
What?
I saw a quick tidbit of this game on TikTok and immediately got Fooly Cooly vibes. Now, of course, I hold Fooly Cooly very near and dear to my heart, so absolutely anything that sparks the same joy as Fooly Cooly is definitely something I have to check out. I figured I'd play it through, and if I'm feeling it, I could make a fun little video on it. Half a second into the opening cutscene and my ears are blessed with the sweet sound of Pillows-esque Japanese rock courtesy of J-rock duo Coil. This was just what I needed. The vibes were immaculate and I was starting to feel that excitement to create again. But it was too soon to tell. There's been a few times where I've started games or videos and they just don't pan out. But so far the music seemed cool and the art style and graphics seemed to hold up pretty good as well. So in my first ever YouTube live stream, yeah. I do that here now. I played through the entirety of Gutaroo Man, and here's how it went. We open on Japanese Snoopy watching some TV. Our MCU1 comes through the door either angry or about to shit his pants, and basically what we learn is he's got a bully and a major lack of self-confidence. He wants nothing more but to just get good at skateboarding and swipe his friend Pico off of her feet. Unfortunately for U1, Snoopy has other plans. See, Snoopy, or Puma, is actually a robot dog that fused himself on a molecular level with the last Guitaroo to keep it safe, and his job is to guide U1 to his destiny. But we can't reach our full potential without knowing how the game works. To put it simply, you push the stick to follow the lines and press and hold the button in time with the red circles and phrases. There's also a guard phase during songs which send a million fucking buttons at you from all angles, and you gotta press them as they meet the center of the screen. It's simple enough in theory, and I accidentally skipped the actual tutorial song trying to pause the game, but hey, I'm an adult. I don't need to practice for no kids game. So we get thrown right into our first song of the game. We fight an axe-wielding baby devil to a classic rock track. This obviously being the first stage, it's somewhat tame, but boy oh boy, my ADHD-ass brain wanted to look at everything but the notes flying at me. I didn't want to miss seeing the dancing robot in the background. He's just doing the best he can. So baby devil defeated, we then meet U1's bully and Crush just as the town gets invaded.
Hey, what's that?
It's a hamburger!
No!
It's a hamburger!
I thought this whole game was going to just be rock and guitar-based tunes, but Stage 2 throws us right into some Eurobeat-styled J-pop, or at least that's what it sounded like to me. I'm not a musicologist. I'm a gameplay specialist. Next, we're introduced to the villain of the game, Zoe.
Sir! Yes, sir! Sir!
We learn that U1 is actually a descendant of a legendary bloodline and is the wielder of the last Guitaroo, and Zoe wants to steal it from him. Each boss you beat has their own Guitaroo, and if U1 collects them all, he unlocks Super Saiyan 4 or something. And then this motherfucker shows up.
I'm gonna get you, Gutaroo Man!
You like jazz?
This stage takes another genre twist, throwing us some funky, jazzy-type rhythm. This boss, King Mojo B, has a trumpet Guitaroo that sounds like a saxophone, but I'm not here to criticize the lore of Gutaroo Man, I'm just here for these frogs. This is the first stage where the guard mode was really prominent, and it got a little bit tricky. In fact, this was the first stage I failed, but we got it after a couple tries, and off into space we went to rescue some old dude that needed saving or whatever. The next song, let me tell you, the next song was so unexpectedly difficult. Out of nowhere, they dropped this sick sort of breakcore track and just throw the guard notes at you like crazy. You expect a pasta noodle to have enough rhythm to mash buttons to breakcore? I don't have eyes! Next up, we get a slow reggae track, which was hard in a different way. They had these super long notes, and if these pointers that you have to guide throughout the red phases go out of line, then the notes just end. I feel like I missed so much of this song, but I somehow pulled a B rank out of my ass.
Subscribe.
This was the halfway point of Gutaroo Man, and so far I was having a lot of fun with the game. It was more challenging and charming than I expected, and I was genuinely excited to hear the next song and what genre the game was going to tackle. I was feeling really good about this game from a video standpoint as well, and I was starting to feel that itch to create again. At this point, I felt like Guitaroo Man would maybe be the game that would get me out of my depressive spiral. And then I started stage 6. This is one of those songs that makes me feel something I can't describe. It makes me want to cry, it makes me want to cheer and shout, it makes me want to do better and succeed and be the best I can be at life, at being a friend, or at being a content creator. It's songs like this that for some unknown reason make me feel so grateful to be alive. It's nostalgic, bittersweet, and optimistic, and after playing this stage like 16 times, I just had to make this video so I could share just how special this game and this moment is with everyone. Sometimes you just need something to light that fire under your ass, and just like the music in Fooly Cooly has done for me in the past, the music in this game has done the same for me now. And I think that's pretty cool.
Gay!
Anyways, just before this song, Yuan meets Kira, who mysteriously looks just like his friend Pico and is never explained, but through the music, they bond and they become friends. After the slowly paced and somber stage 6, we go up against the Sandbone Trio. I thought that breakcore stage was tough, but this song takes it to a whole new level. These gosh dang skeleton robots are bashing cookie trays with power tools mid-song, and it was absolutely nuts, but still so much fun. I was starting to get a little worried about the difficulty of the coming stages after this one. But after this song, Yuan saves that man and a whole bunch of Guitaroo people or something, and he gets a little more confident, and then we get thrown into one of the hypest tracks in the game versus Gregario III. This motherfucker is straight out of JoJo's, and we get to play some classic power metal riffs as Gregario throws in some orchestral notes, some wild organ solos, and summons the baby choir. I think the main takeaway from this song is... Moving on to the second last stage, we get to Guitaroo Arena and finally come face to face with Zoe. Zoe summons his chosen warrior to fight us, and in a genuinely unexpected plot twist, Kira, the girl we bonded with when we played through stage 6 47 times, walks onto the stage. Raised from birth for this moment, she accepts her destiny and buckles down to fight her new friend, Yuan. Yuan won't accept this though. He stands his ground as Kira attacks him, eventually falling to his knees, but he has had enough. He stands back up, the last Guitaroo in hand, declares war on Zoe, and just like your favorite anime when the OP starts playing again, Yuan starts playing a rock rendition of the beautiful acoustic song from earlier, the legendary theme. If I wasn't playing a rhythm game with, buttons to press to avoid failing the stage, I honestly would have just sat and listened. I absolutely love the story that's being told here in Guitaroo Man. It's very simple, yet it hit all the right notes. Lately, I've been struggling a little bit with my confidence in my content and wondering where I need to go and what I need to do to keep moving forwards, and U1 was having these same issues of his own. And I know this is just a stupid kid's game from the PS2 era, but I felt myself connect with U1 a little bit. This was U1's moment. His moment to stand up, protect the world from the threat of Zoe. This was his chance to forget about all the times he had been told it's infinitely impossible and prove everyone wrong. With the power of all the Gitaroos, U1 unleashes his true potential. In a final banger track, we fight Zoe in his crazy mech suit in appropriately the hardest song in the game. If it wasn't for the frequent charge phases that let you regain health when you hit correct notes, I wouldn't have been able to do it, but I eventually got it, and we defeated Zoe once and for all. I am astounded at how cool this game actually is. The stuff I'd seen people say about it doesn't really scratch the surface on how legendary Gutaroo Man really is. You can tell the developers, artists, musicians, and writers had a real passion for making this game, just like how all the creators of Fooly Cooly put all their love and care into the anime. It's the games and music that have passion poured into them that end up being so good. And that same passion can be felt through the consumer, and it's the exact reason games like Guitaroo Man and shows like Fooly Cooly make me want to pour my all into making something that might do the same for others. I want to make it big here on YouTube and as a content creator, and that's not an easy thing to do. In a time where the internet is so saturated by content and trends and people pretending to be NPCs, it's going to be super hard. But Guitaroo Man taught me that it doesn't take much to turn impossible into I'm possible. So if you want to help me follow my dreams, subscribe to the channel or share this video with a friend. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time. The second I put a Pillow song in this video, it got demonetized, but I wanted to share with you guys just how special that band is to me. And we now have channel memberships live. There's 3 different options for you guys, so you can support in whatever way you'd like. You can also just subscribe and share the videos as per usual. But there is a couple perks, and I'm going to be live streaming on this channel now. The idea is any content I make while I'm streaming is going to be edited down into videos for you guys to watch later. So if you want to be part of the creation of some of the content that's going to be on this channel, feel free to come by. There's also a Discord that you can join if you wanted to share some of your own content, get some feedback, or just share some memes and hang out. Anyways, thank you again for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.